Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I'm going to show you today how to make my Bonnie rose. This rose was inspired by Yadi. I will link her information below or on the screen. This one here that you see is the smaller version. My Bonnie rose only comes in one size, which is about 18 to 19 inches. So before we get started, you're going to need to cut out 5 petals of each petals, and then you're going to cut out 2 of the smaller bow tie and then 2 of the larger bow tie. And then for the bud petals, you're going to cut out 4 of the smaller one and then 4 of the larger one. And you're going to need a 5-inch or 5.5-inch circle or pentagon. You will want to cut the slits in the middle if you haven't done so already. I already did mine's. Next, you can either leave this pointed part all facing the same direction, or you can alternate them like I did. That is because one point is higher than the other. As you can see, these are the same direction. So if I alternate them, you can see that one point is higher than the other. I already went ahead and curled all the petals. I just used my regular glue stick and curled it downwards at an angle like this. And I went and did that for all of the petals and the centers and the bud petals. Now I'm just going to get to the gluing process of assembling the flower. You can start out with the bud first or the base part first. It doesn't matter what you start out with because the results will still be the same. So I'm going to start out with the base petals first. I'm going to glue all my petals together in the middle. I'm overlapping it just slightly, about 1/2 inch, because I want the rose to lay a little more flat. Now that all the petals are glued, I'm going to start gluing them to the base. I always start with the left side glued and then continue my way around. And then for the second piece, I glue the whole bottom. And then I'm just going to continue this and continue on to the second round. When I'm going to glue the second layer, I'm going to glue the petal in between the first 2 petals, or in between 2 petals. For the last petals of each layer, I like to tuck it in under the first petal. And then I will glue the first petal down. Now I'm just going to repeat the same process for the continuing layers. Now for this last layer, you can glue up all 5 of the petals or only 4. It's entirely up to you, but I'm going to use all 5 of the petals for this time. Your bottom part or your rose should look like this without the bud. Now I'm going to show you how to make the bud. Starting with the smaller bow tie, I'm going to glue them in a cross, and then I will start gluing the bud together. For the bud, you want to make sure the curled part is facing upwards. Curling the petals just makes it easier to glue them together. For the bud, I'm going to bring them together and have the petals one side on the inner and then the other side on the outer. And then I'm going to push it down kind of like a pyramid and glue the flaps down. Now I'm going to glue the second part. Just bringing them up, and once again one petal is going to be under the other. And then I'm going to glue them together. Now I'm going to glue this first bud part to the second. And for the last bud part, I'm going to glue both corners of the petals. Your bud glued should look something like this. Now for the bud petals, I'm going to make the curls downward and then fold the tails upwards. Starting with the smaller bud petal, I'm going to glue it to the bud. I'm going to cover up the gap here on the sides first. Now I'm going to glue the bottom half. And then I'm going to turn it, pinch it upwards, and then glue it to the bud. And then I'm going to repeat this process for the next layer of petals until I'm finished with the bud. Now this is your bud completed. It should look like this. So now all you're going to do is glue it down into the center. And there you have it. My Bonnie Rose is completed. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.